Hi everyone, Angelina Sparkling Diva with another pick a card reading for you, and this one is for you for the how the rest of 2020 is going to be. So what is it going to be like? What can you expect? What is important? 3 choices for the numbers. 1 we have carnelian. For the numbers 2 is a sunrise solar light, and or sunset, I'm not certain now. And for number 3, a yellow calcite. So if you make your choice, we're going to begin with the reading. Right, numbers 1 for you, we have the first 3 cards. We have Mabon, we have Broomstick and Beltane. The first card, Mabon, that's the second harvest festival of the year. I believe, if I'm correct, the 21st of September. It's for you. The main message for you is to let go of things and situations that do not serve any longer. That's really coming through for you, and so. Yeah, what doesn't resonate with you, what doesn't work for you, and what doesn't bear fruit and likely will not bear fruit in the future either, that you clean that up. And it's important that you do that with gratitude, right? So you never do that with anger or whatever. You must be also not negligence or indifference or something. It just really make it a conscious thing of letting go whatever it is you have to let go of. And that's important because it came into your life for a reason, right? So it has served a purpose in that sense. So it's good. It's important that you then also let go of these things or people with you're really conscious, really make it a thing that that gets your attention and your energy in that moment, and then just be grateful that they or it was there and what it brought you, and just surrender it, let it go. And that comes up again with the clearance, right? So it really is important. And you can also see in that card, the second card, that it is important to do that with gratitude, because we have all these sparkles there, right? With the broom, it's sweeping, and at least it looks like it, and there's all these sparkles. So even though it may not resonate with you, it did serve a purpose for you. So be grateful for that, see that, and then let it go. And then we have Beltane, which is funny because that's about fertility, right? It's because of the cleansing and the clearing and the letting go, that creates space for the seeds that you did plant before, either this year or maybe even earlier. I think for many of you also earlier. That gives space, it creates space for these things that are now ready to, is it gestate or germinate? Well, either one of them, to come up and blossom. And so that's what you get from the clearing and the cleansing, right? You create space for the good things that do resonate with you, but that didn't have the space before to now come up and start blossoming. And that goes for you as well, by the way. You can then also start to blossom and feel really good and happy about life, right? And that's the same when you clean your house. Often, I don't always feel like doing that, but once I've done it, I feel so good, because as you clean your home or a room, you also clean up your aura. You sort your own energy as well. So it's the same with letting go and all that stuff. You work on yourself, your own energy too. So it will also do you a lot of good. Then we go to your next 3 cards. Right, these are cards from the Wicca pack, I think. Let me check. The Wicca pack. We have the familiar, the Queen of Elfame, magic and beauty, it says underneath that, and crone, release, and the familiar is ally. With the familiar, you can ask for help if that is needed, if it's necessary. And there is help for you available, both in spirit, but also people or even animals. If you feel a special connection with animals, you know, your totem animal, or maybe your pet, or, you know, or your horse, or whatever. So see that there is help and ask for help, right? And then it will be there. Even if you don't think there are people around you or that there is help around you, there is. And but like this man, he's sitting with his back towards the wolf, so he's not seeing it really, but it's still there, right? So just you might be surprised who or what turns up if you ask for help, and then also open up for it, right? See it if it comes knocking on your door. And then accept it, let it in. And with the Queen of Elf fame, see the magic in everything. And this is really a very positive card. It's very similar to the Beltane card in that sense, because everything you touch at this moment, this last period of 2020, everything you touch and do has magic in it right now. And if there are obstacles, you can ask for help to clear these. By the Queen, you can even ask the Queen, right? The Fairy Queen, the Queen of Elf fame, to help you with that. And also be realistic in this clearing, because if it doesn't feel good, and if it doesn't serve you, if it doesn't serve your highest good, then it can go. It's the same if it's a person, right? If sometimes we feel like, yeah, but it's not that bad, or yeah, but, and yeah, you know, and yeah, if you don't do anything with it, and if it doesn't feel good, and even if it doesn't feel good, if it doesn't serve you, then it can go, then it actually should go to make space. And with the crone, release, we again have that message to clean up, to let go, to clear. And also a message again to withdraw from the outside world and to go within to find balance, to see what needs to be cleared. And that was also a bit the message of the first card of Mabon, right? To go in and to look at your life, what you have to let go. Well, this is similar in that sense. It's going inward and withdrawing from the outside world a bit to do that. So you take the time to do that and to find balance and to see what needs to be cleared. And also don't try to control everything. That's also a message with the crone. Let life unfold itself, right? So let things go. If you have a tendency to want to control things, even the letting go can be difficult, because we hold on to things and people often as a form of control, right? Even when it doesn't serve us. But allow life to unfold for you. And look at things in wonder, like a child does, right? Just be open. Don't be afraid, just be open. There is help, there is support, nothing to be afraid of. And you will only do better or do very well if you can do that, open up a bit more. Funny thing is that with the crone is also... well, we had it towards that period of time with Yule, to the crone phase. The Sowen was the phase before that, but the old woman, right? The crone, yeah. So I think it's also going to be quite easy, or not easy, sorry, I phrased that wrong. Easier than normal to do the clearing and letting go because of the time of year we're in. The situation that we're in with the pandemic, but also because we have the 11/11 portal coming up. And even if this is after or before the portal that you're seeing this, watching this, it doesn't really matter, because these energies will still be there, right? For, well, quite some time usually. And at least a few weeks very strong, because in December we will also have a portal again, the 12-12 portal. And but there is going to be quite some time that these energies of the 11-11 portal are going to be really strong and powerful. So letting go should be easier right now than normal. So that's what I have for you. That's the message. This is what you can expect the rest of the year. A lot of clearing, but first you also have to find out, of course, what could be cleared and cleansed and stuff. Then you can blossom yourself, and other things that you planted the seeds of can also start to blossom. And yeah, right. So this is really quite nice. I love this message. I hope you do too. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Numbers 2. For you, we have this light is so bright on these cards. I'm going to move it over here so you can see the colors of the chalice. But I have to put it back there, otherwise it's in my way, and that's also not very handy. Anyhow, for you, your first 3 cards, we have the Raven, and we have the Moon, and we have the Chalice. The Raven and the Moon is very much the same message, so I'm doing these in one go. The Raven brings things to light, and the full moon does the same thing, right? And it's also a good time to go deep within, so that you can find hidden gems and potentials that you have, and talents that you aren't using at the moment, and or you keep them in the dark. That's also possible. That for some reason you have some talent, you're really good at something, but then if you were to do something with it, it would mean you standing up, standing tall, shining your light, and you fear that, so you keep it hidden. It's like, nope, I'm not going to look at it, not going to do it, just shove it in a cupboard and hide it, and that kind of energy. So that's also possible. But the Raven is about bringing light into things, so you start seeing things, right? That's what you do with shadow work as well. You go into the dark, into your shadow, and by doing that you bring light to it, and then it isn't in the dark anymore. Then you can see it, which is what scares most people. But that's what Raven is pretty much all about, and the Moon message was much about that as well. There's also some secrecy when it comes to the Raven. So I feel for the reading, that means that if you do have plans for something, or something, a dream or whatever, so a dream is before it actually is really a plan, I suppose. Don't really tell other people about it yet. And often if we tell other people when we are enthusiastic about something, and then for some reason, because of the other people's reactions, we then don't do it anymore, right? Because that's just a psychological thing. The other people, especially the ones who love you, sometimes want to stop you from making a mistake, and then they say, yeah, but you think that's really a smart move to do, maybe you should wait, and maybe it's not for you, but what if this, what if that, right? And then you start doubting it yourself, while you were actually so certain, and it felt so good, it came straight from your intuition and from your heart, and then you start doubting and you don't do it anymore. So oftentimes when you have a new something come up within you, an inspiration, an idea, a dream, not sometimes, oftentimes it's actually better to not tell other people too soon about it, whether you're enthusiastic about it or not. It is difficult, I have to admit. I find it difficult myself as well. Anyhow, I'm sorry. So that's basically the Moon and the Raven card. For this reading, that the message is very much the same. And it's also for you important that you dare go into this process of going into the void, into that darkness, right? To bring light in there so you can see it. And then also just go with the flow. So that basically comes down to surrendering, and that comes up with the Chalice card as well. There's a whole lot of flow here in that stream, and is about going with the flow. That's very important for you as well to do. Are we running? Yeah, I'm so sorry. I had to clear my throat. I'm actually not allowed to do that. I quit smoking 10 weeks ago, but sometimes my vocal cords just go noodle doodle when I talk a lot. And I'm not allowed to then clear my throat because then it irritates. But yeah, when I have to speak, it's really, I can't do that if I don't clear my throat. Anyhow. So the chalice also says it's time to go with the flow, and it's also an indication that you can do that you can now go with the flow, right? And sometimes we can't do that, or it doesn't work, or whatever. Now it does for you. For the rest of the year, in this period, it does work. You can do it, but go with what feels good, right? And so you don't flow with everything just like that. You have to still feel into it. Listen to your gut. And you flow with what feels good, what feels comfortable, what feels like home. That's because of the salmon as well, because the salmon swims upstream direction, home, where she was born to lay her eggs, right? So it's about feeling home, stuff that feels good to you. And also fill yourself up with that. The things that feel good to you, the joy that brings you, and the pleasure and the happiness and all that stuff. Fill yourself up with that. Let that into your heart. Just suck it in, breathe it in. And then we go to your other card, your witchy card. Right, for you I had 4 come up, but I can't fit them in one go. So the last one will come after these. We have the Staff, Watchtower of the South, Hearth, and we have then your 4th card, Witch. So let's begin with the Staff, stability. This says that you shouldn't let other people divert you from what you want, your truth, and from what you believe in. That goes back in a way to the raven that says to not tell other people about your plans too soon, right? Because maybe if you do that, you get diverted, and that's what you shouldn't do, right? You should just don't let other people divert you and distract you from your truth, what you want, from your dreams, from what you believe in. Keep going and commit to your goal and your dreams. Just don't give up. And the road to it may have been strenuous, to get you where you are now, but just focus and you'll easily make it. There's a focus, that's with the Staff, right? And the Summer, the 2nd card, the Watchtower of the South, fire is rekindled. You find your drive and passion again, which will keep you going and on track, as long as you do not get diverted by other people. So don't tell anyone. and if this is about love for you, if that's at the moment very important to you, then the Summer card is also a very good sign, a very good card to have come up, because it's about rekindling. So either within an existing relationship that there is rekindling, or if you're single, rekindling of your own drive to find a partner, to be in a relationship, right? Then we have the Hearth card, and it calls you to go back to what is important to you and to remember where your loyalties lie. So again, stick to your truth, which came up with the stability and with not telling other people yet, until you're actually strong in your new path. But also, it is important to remember where your loyalties lie. Is also a bit sticking to your, what feels good to you, what is comfortable to you, what feels good to you, what your dreams, your truth, what you want. Right, with that we saw with the chalice. So it is all coming together. I love that. And Then we have your last card. I'm going to just stick it there. That's the Witch Healer. And that says that you're a wise and natural healer. And it's really very powerful, very strong. I feel a very strong energy with that. And it can also be that if you need healing yourself, whether energetically or physically or whatever, that you may benefit from alternative therapies. But by all means, if you need to see a doctor, do see a doctor, right? But if you know that alternative therapies are sufficient, are good enough, and you do not really need the medical stuff, then that might really be good for you. For some of you, that might also be a message with the witch. Oops, I'm sorry. That you take an interest in the old ways, right? The pagan way, the witchcraft way, the old ways of doing things, living, and herbal medicine, and so on. And again, there is a raven there. See that? And you had Raven, the Raven card. So that Raven message is very, very important to go deep in the dark, to bring light there, and to not tell other people, and to discover your hidden talents and potentials, etc., in the dark, right? That is really important because we have another Raven there. It can also be with the witch healer thing that the alternative healing modalities are the hidden talents, are a hidden talent of yours that you have to dig up with the Raven energy. That's also possible. Right? Maybe you feel strongly called to do something with that, like energy work or herbal medicine or whatever. There's so many things that you can do. Osteopathy is basically also alternative healing, reflexology, whatever. So maybe that's one thing that you have hidden in the shadows because you daren't do it or whatever, and that is one of these talents. It is very possible because this alternative therapy is part of this card. It doesn't have to be for everyone, okay? If that's not the case for you, then then it's the other part of that card, that you're a very wise natural healer. And that also doesn't mean to say that you have to become a healer now, because that doesn't appeal to everyone. But that for instance, if you are centered and aligned automatically by being yourself, just being who you are, doing what you do, touch other people and uplift them and in a way heal them, help them heal without doing anything in specific other than just being you, right? That's also possible. And that's very important. I think an often an underrated form of healing. Let me put it that way. So this is what I have for you. What you can expect the coming 2 months, basically, of this year of 2020. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Right, numbers 3. I'm trying to get the stand to stop wobbling. Anyhow, for you, what we have, the first 3 cards, we have the Cauldron, we have the Watchtower of the West, and we have the Atame. The time to move and take action is coming in, but not yet. You have to wait. And the reason for that is that you are not ready. You don't have all ingredients yet to put in the cauldron, and so you're just not ready. You have to wait a little bit longer. And there's just some things that are missing that you don't see at the moment, not yet. And enjoy right now. Just enjoy what you have. And if possible, let that grow and expand what's already there, what you already got. But don't move on just yet. If there is action required, steps to move forward, then wait, don't do it. And with Autumn, it's a bit similar. That's the second card. The harvest is ripe, and because there's a lot of stuff that can be harvested in during autumn, and it's about going inwards to find harmony and balance and wait until the time is ripe for you. And with the Atami, and this one is going to be important because it comes up a couple of times in your reading. The Atami, first of all, is having healthy boundaries, and very important, especially if you want to undertake something, right? And if you want to move ahead and away from where you are now, you need to have very healthy boundaries in place. And then the other thing that comes with the Atami card is that you need to be focused. And maybe you're not there yet with the boundaries or the focus or both. And then that's what you have to wait for, right? And sometimes focusing, it can be difficult. It sounds so easy, right? But I find it difficult because I have an interest in so many things. And then to focus on this one thing, if I want to do something with one thing, I find it bloody difficult because I get distracted, right? And then there's this other thing and that thing and that thing, and then my daughter phones and whatever, I find it very difficult to get focused and to stay focused. And so maybe you're the same, or you have that with this particular thing. Yes, also possible. And then we're going to your last three cards. I'm going to put them in. Right, we have the Owl card. The 6-rayed star, and with a man and a woman, and the cone of power. The owl is a message to go spend time on your own. Maybe not all the time, but enough of the time. Quality time for you to find more clarity on your way forward. Even though you have to wait, right? But if you can't move forward yet, then it's important to get clarity on how to go ahead once you're ready. And it's also going to help you get ready to take that time and to work on that. And the owl energy will help you with that. So maybe you have something with an owl, maybe, that's possible. Owls can see very well. They can almost turn their head around completely, right, in either direction. And they can also find their way in the dark pretty well. And so if you have that energy yourself, then you're not going to get lost at whatever you do. It might also help you keep your focus, right? Because if an owl is going to, at night, they hunt at night, don't they? If an owl is about to catch a mouse or something, right? And he's flying and almost ready to get the mouse, he's not going to think, hang about. I hear something over there, so I'm going to check that out. No, he's not going to do that. He's going to remain focused and just get that damn mouse so he can eat, right? He's not going to be distracted then, unless his life would be endangered, I suppose. But yeah, that's another matter. The 6-rayed star, it's a time for you to come into balance with your own inner masculine and feminine energy, balance and harmony. And the place for that to happen is in the heart. So find what makes your heart open and what makes you happy and joyful, and then do that and spend time with that. It can be as simple, I said that in another reading the other day, it can be as simple as taking 3 moments a day, 10 minutes long, spending time to feel gratitude for what are you grateful for, right? What you have, just simple things. It can really be very simple. They don't have to be big things. Someone smiling at you in the street, someone helping you with your groceries, stuff like that. You can be grateful for that too. And if you do that, then and keep doing that every day, 3 times a day, 10 minutes a day. then your entire life is going to change, and that's going to go quite fast as well. And if you really, again, the focus, if you remain focused on that and dedicated to doing that, because it's for you, for your own well-being and feeling good in life. And also, when you are more balanced and aligned, it becomes a hell of a lot easier to start manifesting and to start moving forward. Whatever with, it doesn't matter what with. And then we have the cone of power. It's very much like the Atami card that we had. I'm trying to get that up so you can see it, but my hand is casting a shadow. The cone, very much like that Atami, right? It's pointed, and it's also focused energy. And you're gonna need that focused energy when you are ready to get going, because then you also need to keep your focus. You need focus to get there, to get ready, but you're also going to need focus to once you get going, right? And I do feel that it is the whole thing is going to be quite a fast process. And the energies of this moment we recently had sown, right? And these energies will still linger on for quite some time. There's not like it's sown the last day of October and the day after or 2 days after is gone. No, these energies keep working for quite some time. We have this portal, the 11/11 portal, and there's going to be the 12/12 portals. There's a lot of different things, new things going to happen in December as well. So it's going to be, it's a fast moving time actually. That's quite odd because you wouldn't expect that. But if I tune into it now, you wouldn't expect that because it's winter time, it's autumn and winter, and usually things slow down, right? Everything is calmer, slower in nature as well. But with the energies, there's quite a lot going on. It's quite fast moving. And that doesn't mean it's always pleasant. It can also then, of course, stir up, because it's high incoming energies, can also stir up old fears and things that you have within you. And if you do, and most everyone does, okay, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Almost everyone has. That's why you're not ready yet, likely, to move forward. So in that sense, it's a good time. A good time for clearing as well. But anyhow, for you, it's mostly waiting and for you to get ready, mostly for you yourself to get ready and to get this focus and in your heart space, right? Gratitude, do the gratitude thing, get in your heart space so you get balanced. And the boundaries, don't forget the boundaries, very important too. So you know what you do want and what you don't want, and you know what you are going to put up with and what you're not going to put up with. Very, very important. Anyhow, this is what I have for you. I hope it resonates and that is helpful. And I'm wishing you a wonderful time the rest of 2020. Of course, I'm going to be back before the year is over. And thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.